us today in our studio is my colleague Ankur Mishra. And the big news that we are tracking, of course, is the National Stock Exchange, Ankur. So the National Stock Exchange is set to begin its IPO Investor Roadshow next week, with meetings planned across India, Asia, West Asia, London and United States. Sources say NSE aims to raise at least 31,500 crore through an offer for sale. My colleague Anurag Joshi joins us with the details on this.
NSE will start its investor roadshow for the proposed initial public offering next week. The first leg of NSE's IPO roadshow will be in India and in Asia in July. And this will cover India, Hong Kong and Singapore. NSE will meet prospective investors in the Middle East, which includes Dubai, in London and the United States in August. NSE is planning one of the biggest initial public offerings so far from India, and the IPO size of 31,500 crore rupees, which is $3.3 billion, that could exceed the Hyundai IPO, which had come earlier. And the NSE is offering about 150 million shares in the IPO and is looking at a timeline of September or October to launch the IPO. The valuation, if we see that it's about 5.25 trillion rupees, that's $55 billion for the company as a whole. NSE is offering about 6% of its equity base in the IPO, and this is an offer for sale by the existing holders. To give you a short timeline, in January, NSE received a no objection certificate from Securities and Exchange Board of India to proceed with the IPO. Feb 6, NSE board cleared the IPO plan. March 12th, NSE appointed 20 banks to manage the IPO. On April 21, NSE SEBI panel approved a settlement of 1,800 crore rupees in the legacy co-location matter. June 18, NSE filed a DRHP with SEBI and the exchanges for the IPO.
Thanks, Anurag Joshi, for all those details. So story we are tracking very closely is definitely NSE IPO. And to discuss this in detail, we have with us Parth Nyati, whole-time director and CEO, Swastika Investment. Parth, welcome to ET Now. My first question to you will be, after now road shows, which we understand will be starting next week, how soon you think the market will digest this news? Because the expectation is that from September, we can see NSE IPO actually happening or launching soon.
Thanks for having me. So yeah, after September, we are also expecting NSE to launch its IPO. It has already been a very hot offering in the unlisted shares market, with more than probably a couple of lakh investors already who have invested in NSE. So we are also expecting a go live around September for NSE.
Yes, definitely. And not just for retail investors, there are many stakeholders in this IPO. Therefore, I want to understand how will it impact market, because one of the largest issue size is something what the market is expecting, and both Reliance, we have seen Reliance Jio, which is also expected around the same time, and NSE, which is close to 30,000 crore. So from market's point of view, how do you think it is going to digest such a large issue size?
Yeah, so NSE is a very long-term structural opportunity for any investor in the market. And looking at the frenzy that has already happened in the unlisted markets, we feel that this is not going to die anytime soon. And there's a lot of excitement amongst investor base, especially the retail investor base and also the institutional investor base for NSE as a way to invest in the capital market story as a whole. If launched at the valuation and at the price band as per the reports, this will be indeed the biggest IPO that India has ever seen. And we feel that enough excitement is there amongst the retail investors as well as institutional investors to absorb, to digest this mammoth of an IPO.
What about the investors who are there in the IPO? Of course, you spoke about the unlisted part. There has been many exchange of hands there. But I want to draw your attention towards the companies who have invested. We have seen LIC, we know SBI, we know many of the insurance companies who will be participating in OFS. So from that point of view, what should investors do for those companies?
So from what we understand, probably LIC is not selling anything yet. SBI, Stock Holding Corporation, and some other foreign funds will be selling their some part of their stake in this OFS. So, yeah, I mean, for these companies, for companies like SBI, on SBI scale, it's still a relatively small amount of maybe 5,000 crores or something. For the rest of the lot, it will be a sell-off of around 2 to 5,000 crores. So, yeah, I mean, we feel that the Indian markets have enough depth. There will be a lot of institutions that are going to absorb some liquidity, as the road shows will also happen. A lot of sovereign funds, hedge funds, mutual funds will also come into picture. And probably 6 to 12 months post listing, NSE might come in as a constituent of Sensex, which because of which a lot of passive funds are also going to get into NSE as a holding. So we feel that it is a very structural investment opportunity for anybody who is investing for the long term.
One last question before I let you go. You spoke about unlisted market, which has been quite hot, especially in case of NSE, where a large investor base is there. What should those investors do, and what do you expect? Do you think the prices will keep on fluctuating there as well? What is your assessment?
So firstly, whosoever have bought NSE in the unlisted markets will have to stay invested for 6 months post listing. The fluctuation in prices we have seen over the last 1 year in the unlisted market, from maybe levels of 1,300 to 2,000 rupees, the fluctuations have happened. And now that the news is going live, and the price is somewhere in the same range as the price of the unlisted shares now, we feel that I mean, the fluctuations have happened. Enough fluctuations have happened. And those who have invested will remain invested for some more time post listing. So, but I mean, otherwise it's a pure game of demand and supply, and we will see how this story plays out in the next 6 months.
Right. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today on ET Now.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.